the more we hear about Stephen A. Smith, the funnier it looks in the light. I keep on saying this every Stephen A. Smith video, man. And circling back on the Max Kellerman topic, Marcellus Wiley, ex-colleague of both actually, but close friend of Max Kellerman, took offense to what Stephen A. Smith had to say about his guy on the Joe Budden podcast, pretty much calling out his credibility, his lack of journalism, the fact that he's not an athlete, and that he was pretty much holding the show back. So we all reacted the same way, questioning why would Stephen A. Smith go out his way and do that. And Marcellus Wiley pretty much came out on his own podcast and just did like a soul searching on Stephen A. Smith. I want to say it was like 2-3 weeks ago, and Stephen A. Smith never replied, to my surprise. So I thought, all right, Marcellus Wiley stroking nerve, and Stephen A. Smith being smart was like, let me not put any lights on this and wait until this died down. But little did I know, Stephen A. Smith was actually on the Breakfast Club recently, and he responded to Marcellus Wiley. So take a listen to what he had to say. But before we play the clip, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Period. In terms of what Marcellus Wiley said, now that I will address directly. And I only have one thing to say. He and I work together, got a lot of respect for him. I know the man he was talking about as his best friend. I get all of that. No problem. Here's my only issue. For a black man to sit up there and say another black man is scared of somebody's intellect. Come on, bro. That's just the line you cross. And I have nothing more to say other than that. That's sad that he would go that route. I guess that he's going to get attention because obviously everybody who watches The Breakfast Club, every chance we get, and he's going to see, talk about it. I'm certainly not going to argue with him. I've always had a lot of respect for him. Me and Marcellus Wiley have never had one issue. And I don't care what support he has for his boy or anybody else. I get that. I support my boys too. But I would never in a million years say that one black man is scared of the intellect of a white man. I would never, ever, ever do that. And for him to do something like that, that's on him. Y'all have known me for years. The business has known me for years. I've been on national television with the #1 debate show on television for the last 12 straight years and counting. I've been winning, but more importantly, I've been in a bubble, in the public eye, on national television every day. We've had disagreements, you know what I'm saying, the whole bit. Y'all have never questioned my intelligence.
No.
Ever.
Never. Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, you know, I get it. I understand it. There's a lot of brilliant brothers out there. Max is one of them. Genius. Absolutely true. And a good brother, too. Good dude, rather. And I get that. But to me, forget all that. I wish him nothing but the best. I ain't rooting against anybody. I'm rooting for him. I'm even rooting for Marcellus. I don't want him to fail.
All right, so y'all heard what the man had to say. And, man, when I heard this, I was actually offended. I was like, this has nothing to do with me, but I was actually offended. Like, the audacity to bring up the race card. I was like, this man is just falling off right in front of our eyes. Stephen A. Smith, you go on TV every day. And I never looked at you too crazy for it, as long as you weren't disrespectful, because it is his job to give his opinion on stuff, and he's not going to feel positively about everything. So sometimes he's going to have to criticize people. But for Stephen A. Smith, of all people, to go out there and say, for a black man to call out another black man's intellect on a public platform is insane. You don't call people crackheads on TV. You done ridicule athletes for 20 years in Kwame Brown with blooper reels, going out venues, universities, showing the man as like literally the example of what failure is. You did that. The Kyrie coverage was insane, disrespecting his choice, saying that he let He said that he betrayed his team, that he was not to be trusted, questioned his money and his intent to actually wanted to play basketball every day for, I want to say, 2 years. You did that to Kyrie. Man, the Kwame Brown stuff again, the Kawhi. Man, it's so many examples. So many examples of Stephen A. Smith slandering black people and looking like he had fun doing it on TV. So now, yeah, some people will say that's your job. But you can't turn around and tell Marcellus Wiley, who now has a podcast, to say, oh, yeah, you can't say that because it's black on black. That's insane from Stephen A. Smith to do that. I was really offended. Really offended. And for all the people out there who like to play the black card, like you got to do this as a black man or whatever, you got to be careful, especially if you're on a public platform, because people will pull the receipts on you. And Stephen A. Smith is the last person that should ever speak those words on TV. The last one. Like, this is offensive. Like, to me, it feels like, okay, he was cornered by Marcellus Wiley, who just went at him and cornered him with facts after facts, truth, soul searching. And rather than doing what he always does, doing his research, he probably did that, didn't find anything on Marcellus Wiley, so he couldn't, come to the Breakfast Club with no files or whatever, so he played the victim card. And to control his narrative, he brought race into it. And this is why, as a fellow black man, I find it offensive that you would use, some real issues for your own benefit like that. That's crazy to me, Stephen A. Smith. And yeah, man, again, as I always say when I talk about Stephen A. Smith, huge respects, super high marks for what he's been able to achieve in his realm, being the head of sports media, pretty much the superstar of sports media at this point, staying on top for 11 to 12 years. That's commendable. But Stephen A. Smith as a man, every time a new story comes out, and it feels like at this point they come out like every week about Stephen A. Smith, it looks wild, man. It looks wild. So Stephen A. Smith needs to chill. And now he got a lot coming his way, man, because I know his detractors will get on his ass for it. And Stephen A. Smith just cannot help but to respond to everything. And he's so in the wrong on this that it's not going to end well. First of all, Marcellus Wiley will take to his podcast and go at him again. This time maybe with different energy, call out all the bullshit with the receipts, with the, the behind the scenes stories and everything. So it's going to be ugly. I know the guys like Kwame Brown and everything will come for him. And man, I'm here for it at this point, because Stephen A. Smith, you got to be asking for all the bullshit with the stuff that you dare saying like that on public platforms. Like, do better, yo. Do better. Anyways, we're going to close the video right here. Get in the comment section and give me your thoughts about this whole thing, man. And please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.